Hey cousin, who you chilling with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.
Hey cousins, welcome back to the crib. Your favorite cousin MONIE here. I hope y'all are having a great day today. Please do me a favor and smash the like button on your way in as you get comfortable. If you are here for the first time, hit that subscribe button to join the family. Over here we get into the trending topics, the music, entertainment, a little bit of the mess and the meaning behind it all. So let's get into it, cousins, because rapper The Game recently stopped by Big Boy TV to talk about the current state of hip hop, his new projects, and just to reflect on his journey. And in the middle of that conversation, he decided to revisit the early days, specifically the first time he met Kendrick Lamar. Now, The Game tells Big Boy that he was gangbanging heavy while Kendrick at the time was a non-affiliate. I'm not sure what that had to do with anything, but that's the angle he wanted to start off with. I just find it very weird that a bunch of grown men continue to harp on is Kendrick gang related or not. But anyway, he also mentioned being cool with Top Dog at the time. And because of the relationship, he used to pull up to Top's house to work with J-Rock. And if you remember, that part actually lines up with history. And Game and J-Rock definitely worked together back then. And J-Rock later toured with him as well. Kendrick was J-Rock's hype man at the time, and this was around the 2006 era, I believe. That was the period when K-Dot was literally still grinding. He was hungry, and he was figuring out his sound. Now, The Game didn't mention this part in the interview, I don't believe, but for context, around that time, a young K-Dot did appear on The Game's 2006 mixtape, The Black Wall Street Journal, Volume 1. It was one of the early moments putting Kendrick in proximity to a quote-unquote bigger artist at the time when nobody outside of the city really knew him. Kendrick was also signed to an artist development deal with Def Jam around this time, which gave him mentorship, studio time, and his first major industry opportunities. And one of the first major artists he featured with was The Game. Unfortunately, Kendrick was later let go as he was too young and he was just not ready at the time under Def Jam, and Jay-Z was the president at the time. So far the timeline is the timeline, but here's where things get a little bit messy because according to The Game, he wanted to sign Kendrick. He claims he could see what Kendrick would eventually become and that nobody but him and TDE understood it. He says he wanted in early, basically, but Top Dog wasn't having it. So let's roll the clip.
First time I met Kendrick was a long time ago. I don't even know if he'll remember. He was going to the Yet Center in Compton, and as part of a probationary program, I had to go be a big brother at this Yet Center, and me and my homie Tato.
Getting hours signed off, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't Kendrick's big brother, but he used to come in there and he was real young, man, and he was just always charismatic, always good with the words, man, and just a funny little guy. I don't even know if he remembers that. And so when I had and we grew up across the street and around the corner from each other. But I gangbang hard, and Dot, he not affiliated, but he Compton, and he ain't no punk either. Right. So and everybody from the hood that don't bang still is from the hood. Right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like he got that, but I always knew. So in the beginning, I would be going in the beginning of my career, I'd be going by Top Dog's house and just helping him with J-Rock stuff and lending my 2 cents since I was a little bit ahead of the curve than from where they were. And I was always asking Top, I was like, yo, let me get Dot. Mm-hmm. He was like, no. And so he knew what he was. I knew what he was. J-Rock, when I took J-Rock on tour, Dot was hype man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I asked Top again at my house in Glendale. I was like, let me get Dot. He was like, no. But he was like, yo, what if we piece up TDE? And I was like, man, I got Black Wall Street. Yeah. I want you to do.
So when you say let me get Dot, are you talking about let me get him as an artist or as a feature?
Let me get him as an artist because I already knew. I knew what he was gonna be, and nobody didn't understand it yet except everybody that was around Top and TDE. They knew, and I knew.
So normally a story like that will come and go, right? But 2 T's, Kendrick's right hand, his security, his literal shadow jumped in publicly under Big Boy's Instagram clip and wrote blood faking he never wanted to sign Kendrick. Now, reading that is kind of crazy because if you know 2 T's, you know how rare that is to get him to say something. That man does not speak ever. If Kendrick is a locked vault, 2 T's is the steel door in front of it. So for him to comment, something in that story clearly did not sit right with the people who were actually there. And let's be honest, a lot of people haven't been feeling the game lately anyway. The red rose, the white ceilings, the weird commentary during the Kendrick and Drake beef, he was moving very oppy, and it made people look at him sideways. So siding with Drake for concert tickets, you picked a side, bruh, and it definitely wasn't Kendrick's, and that's cool at the end of the day if that's the side you wanted to be on. But now that the dust has settled, he's being forced to stand on it, and you just gotta stand on it. So when he comes back with these "I always believed in Kendrick and wanted to sign him" narratives, people are looking at it like, sir, stop. The revisionist history for promo is corny, game. It's whack, and 2T's is clearly not having it, because it comes off like someone trying to attach themselves to a legacy they didn't support when it mattered. Like, folks are tired of these fabricated storylines. Don't speak on what you saw in me if you didn't stand beside me when it mattered the most. Use the other guy for promo at this point. And cousins, let's talk about the last part as well, because I feel like it's funny that the two rappers who claim they saw potential in Kendrick early on, J. Cole and The Game, are also the two who showed the most envy once Kendrick actually took off. Like, both of them were ahead of Kendrick at one point, right? Both had the platform, the spotlight, the leverage. Both reached back and embraced him when they still felt like they were bigger than him and he wasn't going to be doing better than them. But when Kendrick did surpass them, suddenly the energy shifted. You know, J. Cole knew Kendrick's real issues with Drake. He knew the tension, he knew the history and how deeply it ran. Yet you still stood next to Drake and positioned Kendrick on first person shooter as someone who's not playing along. Then you put him as the third below you two. Why would you do that while Drake is actively dissing Kendrick behind the scenes? The Game knew Kendrick's issue as well with Drake. He knew the history, the disrespect, the lines that were crossed, and he allowed Drake to roll into Kendrick's own city, stand in his hood and throw direct shots with no pushback. That's crazy when you look back on it. Both of them played themselves for Drake's benefit, not Kendrick. And that's the part that makes all of this "I saw Kendrick's greatness early" talk feel so hollow. It's easy to talk about potential when it's convenient, but when Kendrick became the bigger rapper of his generation, when he started out rapping, outselling, and outlasting everybody, suddenly the love got quieter, the jealousy got louder, and the alliances shifted. Not that Kendrick needs anybody to stand next to him, but if you pick the side, stand on that side. So hearing these stories now, it just doesn't hit the way that you think it does, game. So cousins, let me know your thoughts on today's topic. How are we feeling? Before heading out, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check the description for the link to join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at when we are not on the channel, of course. And if you would like to support this channel directly, a link to my Cash App is also available. Again, thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. If I don't talk to y'all, have a happy Thanksgiving. Y'all be safe, and I will catch y'all in my next one. Later.
Hey cousin, who you chilling with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.